Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is my updates video that I do weekly. So if you're new here, this is not a tutorial. It is random stuff. You might get great tips, you might get inspiration, you might think she's crazy. Either way, I hope you get something out of this video. And if this isn't your style, you can skip these and you might find others on my channel that you like. So weekend updates is about what's going on in my craft room and in my crafting and relaxing life. So I will give you an update on my construction project, but first let's talk about what I have going on here. We have some happy mail from Mary. I made it to the post office and mailed something today, and I checked my box while I was there. This is a great example, by the way, of you can make an envelope out of anything. Do you recall? Well, you might not have seen it yet. My videos are so out of order, but I have a video where I used a really patterned paper and I said, if you want, you can put a label on it. And look, Mary's proven it right even before the video comes out. I don't think you guys have seen it yet. I think it comes out Tuesday. It's the Smash Our Stash process video. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see that one come out on Tuesday. And you'll see this on Saturday morning. It's Friday night right now for me, and it is pouring. So if you look at this envelope, Mary made it out of a map, and it might be like a map scrapbook paper. It could be an actual map. It does not matter. If you have a map in your life, go for it. She has cool stamps here. And then on the back, she put Adventure Awaits, which is a really cool sticker for an envelope made with a map. And then she's got a dog down here. Gorgeous. Okay, so this on the back she has from the craft room of Mary Collier 2022. Oh, look. I porch dropped this to her. Oh my gosh, Mary, this is a cool card. Look at all the details on this. So this almost looks like tire tracks. It's probably meant to be like brick or something, but great use of that, Mary. And then she colored this car in with colored pencils, and this car looks familiar to me. And then she put a die cut hello on the license plate. Super cool. And then it's clear, and she's got map in it. Oh, and then it says bye. Oh my gosh, Mary. So she said, Sarah, thank you for the cute car stamps. Mary, look at that. That is brilliant, Mary. Love it. So I took her two car stamps, and one had the steering wheel on the left and one on the right. And I don't think it matters. You could pull it off either way. It would be fun. And then she put map here. Really fun. And if you don't have clear windows, you use packaging. You guys, you don't have to buy that. Oh my gosh, I love it, Mary. Super fun idea. And then she's got some cute die cuts. Oh my gosh, look at the little beetle. Forgive me if my hands are dirty. I've been outside cleaning up. I'll show you what's going on out there. You know, sometimes I'm dirty. Sometimes it's just inky. You never know about me. Okay, I'm going to use this notebook and put these all out on white so you can see them. Oh my gosh. This beetle is ridiculously cute. Oh my gosh. Dragonflies. And she's got some flowers here that she's layered. Oh my gosh. Layered up for me. And umbrellas. Oh, it is pouring here like you won't even believe. I might show you, but it might be starting to get a little dark. So it looks like they got a little tangled. There we go. Look at that. It's butterfly paper. Oh my gosh. This fits into the project I'm going to do tonight. Look at these. Okay, so I'm thinking this can go on your page somehow, and then you like whoop-de it. Seriously, I need directions. I don't know. Either way, you'll see it in the journal, and you might be like, oh, she did that wrong. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It'll work out. Look at these. These are fun, Mary. Thank you so much. Just a little bit of entertainment here. Her stuff must have gotten kind of smushed together. There we go. Look at these umbrellas. Can you see the dimension in the die cuts and the layers? Really fun. Thank you so much, Mary. Really cute happy mail. Other things I wanted to show you. I pulled this card out. I was going to give it to someone. look at where I glued this on. So this is a plastic piece. I think it's kind of rubbery from close to my heart. And when I jiggle it, it's almost loose. It's like, I'm going to pull it off just so you can see, because clearly this card's going to need a repair. But it's like it's rubbery and it kind of never stuck. Look at that. Can you see that? It's kind of disgusting. This is a clear glue. I only have 2 kinds of clear glue. So I either used Fabri-Tac or Beacon's 3-in-1 on that when I put that on, and maybe there's a video where I made it, maybe not. But look at that. It made like a greasy, weird spot, and it either sort of melted the plastic piece or it just never dried. I don't know. But note to self, don't use it with little rubbery pieces. And I think the way I'll salvage this card is maybe try and scrape some of that off and see if I can put a chipboard piece or a button right there. But it was in my stash and I went to pull it out and I noticed that, and I almost used it because it was early in the morning and the lights weren't on all the way. Maybe there are issues with these glues that I need to pay more attention to. And it could be the use of the rubbery piece. Like had I used it with lace or paper, I would have been fine. This weekend, I'm going to work on the butterfly journals, which if you've been watching my channel, you're probably not surprised by that. They need to be done. There's a lot going on. If you have a real life and a crafty life and they sometimes conflict, you might start a project and then think, where was I? What was I doing? What I did early this morning before work, this is Friday night, I came in and I numbered, okay, I know there's 7 journals. The 2 of them I don't have the pages done. They're not stitched together. I don't have any of the pockets and verticals. Pretty much I need to start at pages. So I mapped that out and I thought, well, that doesn't sound fun for a Friday night. Plus, I might like to wait until I get some of these further along, just because, I don't know, mapping out the pages isn't that fun. And then sometimes when I'm working on a project, I think, oh, you know what I forgot to use, or you know what I should have done? You know, it's like when you make one version of a card and then you think, oh, on the next layer, I'm going to add the iridescent cardstock, or on the next layer, I'm going to double up my die cut sentiment. So maybe 6 and 7 will be the most beautiful things ever because I waited. And then I looked at 1 and it's looking good, really looking like a journal. But then when I got to number 2, I noticed in the process video that I've started working on recently, I couldn't do much with 2 when I was trying to add pockets and layers because it doesn't have much done. If you look at it, I haven't even glued this pocket closed, so I'm not ready to start layering on it. I don't have any verticals in it yet. I don't have really anything prepped. There's not much going on. So at this point, I wouldn't want to come in here with small embellishments because I don't know where they want to go yet. So I need to think about which pages are going to have vertical tucks, prep the horizontal pockets, bigger decoration or useful places to put things is the phase I'm at. So what I did was I had pages and then I had textiles, not text, it's actually textiles. So when I looked at 2, I have quite a few pink things sitting around that I thought, I want to look through this and see, maybe I want these in here. And then it is stitched together, but it needs pockets and verticals. Then I just stopped. I didn't look at 3, 4, and 5. I needed to get in the shower and get ready for my day. But this gave me a place early Friday morning so I could remember where I was Friday night. Or who knows, maybe I won't get that far, but at least Saturday morning. Sometimes real life gets in the way. You forget where you are, or you had to clean up, especially if you're a dining room table crafter and you have to clean up and feed the family. It really helps. Every once in a while, I'll leave myself a Post-it that says, this needs the lace put in, or this needs some images stamped. Because when you're doing it and you get interrupted and the weekend is over, or you have to go run errands or buy groceries, or I don't know, you have to go work in the yard because it stopped raining for 10 minutes, you might forget where you were. If you leave yourself an easy action item to get started on, it's not overwhelming. What happens is I write down, work on butterfly journals. The room's a mess. I can't figure out where to start. I'm going to have another cup of coffee and think about it. I'm going to have another cup of coffee and think about it. I'm going to watch one more video. But if I know number 2 needs something as simple as the pockets glued together, I can do that. I don't have to be very awake for that. I don't have to have a lot of energy, and it kind of gets me going. And then, oh my gosh, I just made a craft-a-lanch. Anyway, then I would grab my scrap bin here and I would start looking at the narrow strips and think, we need some verticals in this book. Which pieces would I like to use for that? What are we going to layer up? Maybe I can put this pink on top of one, and that would be my next thing. So it's kind of helpful to know what's next and not be overwhelmed or scared away. Maybe you don't have that problem. Maybe you never get interrupted in a project, you don't get overwhelmed, and you don't lose your place. But if you do, Post-its or a simple notebook paper can be your friend. And I mentioned that I'm going to have a day where I post a bunch of stuff on Etsy. I will tell you in advance when it's going to be. I had it penciled in on my calendar for this weekend. I can tell you it's definitely not going to be this weekend. I'm going to focus on the butterfly journals and really getting myself together for May, because I noticed on my calendar that I thought I was going to start red, white, and blue for the small pad challenge in May, but I have to finish the school cards. There's a lot going on. When I was looking at this and thinking about it for this weekend, I'd like to get to the point when you get down to like here, when you're doing embellishments and charms, it's almost like these are bigger and bigger and bigger items, and then they get down to small. So I could sit on the couch with a tray and add a tiny little butterfly or layer some more clusters, that kind of thing. It doesn't take 6 feet of counter to work on some of these tiny details. And I think I'd kind of like to get a bunch of them to that point. And I just thought I'd spend the weekend kind of filling in this chart, seeing where it is. Knowing me, I might lose it, but maybe I'll have it to show you next week in updates. I mean, that's part of why I didn't tear it out of the notebook. Gives us hope. The other thing is maybe I'll get far enough that I've tidied and unlayered things and I've said, okay, I've gotten all the pages in here that I want. I found some vellum. I found some cool envelopes or funny size things. I might have like a scrap of paper. Like, this is gorgeous. So if I got down towards the end and I hadn't maybe made a pocket or done something in a journal, I might just cut this and fold it and use it as a tiny page in a journal. You know, they don't have to be all the same height, but it has to be used. So that's what I'm thinking for this weekend. And then I'm going to put in some pictures of my project. When this is done, I'll probably make like a start to finish with a voiceover video so you can see the whole thing. We had a big party tent, like the kind for a wedding. White, flopped in the wind, got way too old and didn't hold water. And in March, I had a week off. They were supposed to come on Monday. They were going to work on the project and they would have been almost done in a week. And they didn't show up till Thursday. They dug the first footer. They dug the second footer. They said septic tank, and they packed up and left. So they came back this week, and I can't even remember this week. It was so busy. Real life gets in the way, you know. Work is busy and you can't remember. My house is marginally sealed up because they had to cut part of my eaves away. It's a little bit sketchy and it's pouring down rain. And at one point this week, it did pretty much rain in my house. And I was so busy, I just left and told Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, hey, mop that up, I gotta go. So we are having quite a week, but I think it's one of those things where if you just roll with it, it gets better at the end. And today was the first day where once the rafters went on and I could kind of feel the size of it and how it was going to be, I think it's going to be amazing. So that is my project. We have been talking about this, I would say, for at least a year. We may have gotten our first quotes a year and a half ago. It's been a long, long time coming. I'm super excited, and you may have heard me mention that I have new patio furniture and a new rug, and Wilson and I are ready to have coffee on the deck, but we are not quite there yet. My room isn't that exciting, except look what happened. The counter was all laid out, and there was a tray like that had those long scraps, and it was sitting right there holding up the extra blanks that could be pages for 6 and 7. That's journal 6 and 7 there. And I moved it. That, my friends, is a craft-a-lanch. And that, it wasn't even a bad one. It just happened so fast. So that's where we are. Still have a table of embellishments. And I think it's going to be a great weekend. So have fun, take care of yourselves, and I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.